Greetings and salutations, my operators, and welcome back to Fake Grand Order. Today we start something new. It's Ordeal Call. I have a vague idea what it is. I actually don't know, like, totally. I think we pissed off humanity. Alrighty, just getting some things set up here. Alright, and we're good to go. Alright, let's start Ordeal Call Prologue. Hopefully BlueStacks doesn't crash again, because I was doing that. I gotta figure out how to transfer over my Grand Order save or account file to a new BlueStacks instance. Because I realized that I'm running NuGet 32-bit. That probably explains why I've been crashing. For certain reasons. We're approaching the Antarctic Circle. Just Megas predicts no danger today. That means we can relax and not worry about enemy interference, at least until we reach Chaldea base. Still, at least remain alert as we prepare for arrival. I can't believe we're finally going back to Chaldea base. Did I get for an accent?
First, there's something I would like to say. This is a separate matter from Chaldeas, which we now know is to be the foreign planet. My analysis of Test Subject E is complete. Would you like to hear my report, Commander Gordoff?
Oh, right. We still had that issue to deal with too. Frankly, I'm well past my limit for crazy revelations, but not hearing you out certainly won't help matters. Very well, you may give your report. Get on with it, then.
Then I will begin with the data I was able to analyze. I can now confirm that the mysterious laboratory our field agents Bear Draco, Match, and Kadok infiltrated was in fact a research facility that also existed in our world. As many know, there is a facility in Nevada's Area 51 dedicated to clandestine study of UFOs and extraterrestrials. While our field agents were not able to verify the exact equipment used at the facility during the visit, Trismegistus II was able to use the data Mash's Ortanax recorded to confirm that the facility was a 99% match for Area 51. This means Test Subject E was being kept at a facility from proper human history.
Yeah, that tracks. That place might have been in the middle of a huge singularity, but it was too out of place as a building. It makes sense that the singularity spawned from that operating room.
Yeah, I agree. It also ties into our theory on who the master behind that singularity was. That is, the one who summoned a whole mess of servants. The way I see it, that room was the only part of that singularity that belonged to proper human history. Or at least it belonged to a celestial body that was as close to proper human history as it could possibly be. I might even go so far as to theorize that the facility itself was located in Chaldeas, Nevada. You think that facility was inside Chaldeas? Then, is that why the corridor looked like it was in the outer space? Because we were actually traveling between planets? That's my guess, yes. Displacement magecraft is absolutely a thing. For example, let's say we have two Gordies here, Gordie A and Gordie B. Assuming they have the exact same composition and volume of data, displacement Magecraft would let us swap them out instantly, no matter how far apart they might be. And the reason for that is, of course, because they're completely indistinguishable to a third party. Only the Gories being displaced would know they'd been swapped. Heck, in some circumstances, even they might be none the wiser. When something supernatural occurs without having a noticeable impact on the world, that's when you know Magecraft has done its job really well.
Indeed. Indeed. This particular kind of Magecraft is theoretically possible, but it would be exponentially more difficult on a larger target. If memory serves, I believe I heard an old mage family unaffiliated with the clock tower was studying it. Also, please don't use me as an example from now on. The idea of waking up one day and having A or B appended to my name is the sort of thing that keeps me up at night.
Displacement. Swapping out. Could that have been what bleached Earth in an instant?
You think Caldea's surface and Earth's surface were swapped out?
Caldeus is obviously much smaller than Earth, but since it contains a copy of the Earth's soul, that does essentially make it identical. Since Caldeus' volume of data and soul composition are the same as Earth's, the surface could well be swapped, regardless of the difference in size. Honestly, I was always more puzzled by how Earth was bleached than how it looked after the fact. I mean, it's just not possible to instantly destroy the entire civilization on a planet's surface without harming the planet itself. So, you're saying if they were just swapping the planet's surface out for one that was already bleached, that would be a different story? Right, which would also mean that our world, the original Earth, is still safe and sound on Caldeus. So if we can restore Caldeus and the Earth's relationship to the way it was, then your future will continue on the path it was meant to.
So everything can go back to the way it was, huh? Human history can pick right up, Human history can pick right up where it left off in 2019, when Earth was wiped clean. But hang on, Caldeus is supposed to be simulating Earth 100 years from now. And that would mean the lab we saw from 2119 was from 2119. But then that,
Everything about that lab, including the technology, seems identical to what we would expect to see in 2019. So you're saying it is too old to be from 2119, right? I found that strange as well. I determined rather quickly that it was on Caldeus, but it certainly did not look anything like cutting-edge technology from 2119. And yet, the data we have on test subject E clearly shows that it died a few days ago.
Uh-oh. I screwed up something. Well, gotta love that now. I'm sure it won't matter.
Since the place it occupied was on Ordeal, that would mean it died in the year 2119. But the level of technology in that lab is the same as that of 2019. I was, for a time, concerned that I would not be able to explain this discrepancy.
What if they just weren't able to update the equipment there?
Precisely. Difficult as it may be to believe, because one wonders why something so ridiculous could happen, that is indeed what did happen. Given the gap of 100 years, the only sensible explanation is that the equipment could not be updated.
Huh? Is that even possible?
Most likely. This is owed to extenuating circumstances of some kind. For example, they may have had budget or personnel shortfalls. In part human history, Area 51's secret facility was shut down around 2001. And the research budget was drastically reduced. So the most likely explanation is that the same facility on Caldeas ran into the same kind of trouble. Well, that's definitely one possibility. Securing an adequate budget is one of the biggest and most important issues facing research efforts. But there's one big difference between the lab on Earth and the one on Caldeas. Test Subject E. The fact that an alien life form existed in the lab on Caldeas means Caldeas' version of Earth must have achieved something proper human history hasn't. In which case, I'd expect there to be plenty of funds made available for his lab in the national budget. Which means there must have been some sort of trouble that need not detain us at the moment. So let's move on. The corpse you found in the operating room had the exact same biological composition as us. Despite this, Trismegistus II did not recognize that corpse as a human from Earth. No, it is not that it did not, it could not. Even with the same data values, there was something different about it. And because of that error in logic, Trismegistus II was unable to come to a final conclusion on Test Subject E. Instead, it just got stuck on the phrase wherein it labeled the object as human. So once I set that conclusion aside and focused exclusively on analyzing the situation, a great deal of information became clear very quickly. Data point 1. Test Subject E is a human from the version of Earth in Caldeas. Data point 2. If the bleached Earth phenomenon is actually Caldeas' surface, then Caldeas' humans have all died out. Data point 3. The equipment used in the lab on Caldeas' Earth were antiques. And all of the technology developed between 2019 and 2119 is no longer functional. This can be assumed from the remnants of buildings still extant on the bleached Earth. Any machinery that could operate on such a world would have to be at least 100 years old. Simple combustion engines like those used in motorcycles could also likely still function. So, those are the facts I was able to ascertain from Test Subject E. If we take those into consideration, when asking why Test Subject E became a master, why they summoned so many servants, and why they spawned such a huge singularity, everything points to revenge. The Caldeas Earth was bleached. God darn it, Nvidia. We may not know how it happened, but we can figure out why. Caldeas' Earth was bleached so its surface could be swapped out with our Earth. Test Subject E knew that. That's why they gave their servants those urges. They wanted to take revenge on proper human history for destroying their world. Test Subject E was aware they were the last member of Caldeas' humankind. That made them the sole representative of all of Caldeas' human life. In fact, that's the only explanation for how they were able to summon that many servants. Otherwise, there's just no way one person could possibly summon so many. It must have been the collective will of every human who died on Caldeas that made summoning servants in such numbers possible. That also explains why they had so many command spells. They must have had all the collected command spells for from every human on Caldeas for master potential. And that would mean that corpse was a nameless, a regular person who found themselves responsible for the future of all of humankind. Just like you, Bear Draco. Huh? But that would mean... If you're seeing this file, then you must have also acquired information on Test Subject E. While it should be your job to analyze it and determine what it is, I've decided to be generous and make things a little easier for you. SWE is not a terrestrial being. It is the remnant of a being humanity secreted away, probed, and experimented upon in that facility over 100 years. I believe its cries of agony as it lay dying are what drew the foreign god, its compatriot here.
Wait, hold on just a damn minute. I do feel bad for what happened to Cordea's Earth, but there was nothing we could have done about that. We have nothing to feel actual guilt for there. More importantly, though, I'd like to get the timeline straight. According to the report I read, when Bear Draco first came to Caldea in 2017, Cordeas was already at a point where the future of humankind could not be observed. So is that when Cordeas was first bleached?
No, it wasn't. The light of civilization had died out here and there because of Singularity F. But other than that, Cordeas' surface was the same as Earth. It was Sheba that said it couldn't preserve human history or observe it beyond 2018. We can all vouch for that. And honestly, given what happened with the incineration of humanity and the bleached Earth phenomenon, it makes sense that Sheba would come to that conclusion. So Cordea's Earth must have been bleached sometime after the incineration of humanity was resolved. Though that would mean Cordeas was deceiving us in 2019, back when we are undergoing special processing.
So Cordeas was operating normally until the reshift experiment in 2019 or 2017. Or I suppose it had yet to reveal its true villainous nature. Which would mean it didn't foresee Solomon's incineration of humanity. In fact, if it hadn't been for that, this plan would probably have been put into action at the end of 2018. It's certainly safe to say that Solomon, well, Gotea's machinations threw off Marsberry's schedule. So perhaps, if not for Singularity F, the servers of Caldeas and the Earth would have swapped places sooner? Yeah. Good point. The explosion in the command room definitely wasn't part of Director Marsberry's plan. So what happened afterward is another part of what led to our present very strange circumstances. Something must have gone awry when Lev dropped Olga Marie into Caldeas. That is all the information I can tell you about Test Subject E. Fortunately, this analysis has revealed at least 80% of Caldeas' intended purpose. We now know that it was always meant to swap its Earth, that is, its human history for ours. And that was the intention of Caldea's creator, former director of Caldea, Marsberry Atmosphere, that this happened. Of course, that leads us to the next problem we need to consider. Why would he do such a thing? Yeah. What would he hope to gain from bleaching Earth? I completely agree. Neither I nor Trust Megas II were able to arrive at an answer to his query. Gotea wanted to create undying life and a planet without death. Krisharia wanted to evolve all of humankind. David said he wanted to destroy Caldeas to salvage humankind's reputation, even if it meant destroying Earth along with it. I may not agree with their reasons for doing what they did, but I can still understand them. But bleaching all of Earth? That I cannot understand. I cannot see what the ultimate goal could be. Maybe he was just fed up with humanity and wanted to cleanse Earth by getting rid of it. No, Marsberry wasn't that kind of person. He wasn't a nihilist or even a pessimist. He was a good mage who loved seeing humans prosper, and who wanted to push our collective knowledge even further.
I bet. If he wasn't a generally good guy, King Solomon would never have answered his summons during the Vyuki Holy Grail War. So safe to say, Marisberry was definitely a good mage. The problem is, there are quite a few shades of good. Whatever Marisberry's goal was, it must have been something extreme enough that we'd never think of it. Like David's.
Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, we're talking about a Clock Tower Lord here. There's no telling me how much his vision of prospering might have differed from ours.
Yeah. So, right now, all we figured out is Claudia's current condition, and the fact that our Earth is safe. But we should find all the answers once we get to Antarctica. How much further, Nemo?
Funny she asks. We're actually just about to enter the Antarctic Circle now. I'm not seeing any obstructions. We should reach Claudia base and... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Wall, dead ahead. Full reverse. Hard to port. All hands, brace for impact. Did you guys see that?
Sheba did not even warn us. I detect no hostile signal or gravity field. And yet, we're still being repelled. What kind of air pressure could possibly keep the stormboarder away?
Damn it! I knew I should have known it wouldn't be that simple. Is it the Form God? No. Is it Contagious itself? What's going on, Technical Advisor?
I don't know. There's nothing unusual going on in Antarctica at all. This barrier sprung up on its own. No, it didn't. Everyone, I think this is a wall of humanity. I recognize this defense. It's the same force that powers Sir Galahad's noble phantasm, Lord Camelot. That means the preservation of humanity itself is protecting Antarctica.
I've done a lap around the Antarctic, and that wall surrounds the entire region. We can't get past it with the Stormboarder's dimension-piercing drill, or the Shadowboarder's zero sail. I don't know why, but all our attempts are being repelled. Nothing works. I've never seen a wall like this before. Because it's entirely formless, we have no way to break through. Every special navigational technique we try fails. I have no idea how it works, or why it's doing this. Unbelievable! Our destination is right in front of us, and we can't even get near it! Technical Advisor! Now! Isn't there anything we can do? Surely you must have at least analyzed it by now, right?
I'm sorry, but I'm completely bewildered too. What is this? Some kind of prank? Right? The thing pops up whenever we approach, then disappears when we move away. It's completely denying us any way to get through, but it's also barely damaging the ship at all. I can't figure out what's powering it. I think I prefer the storm walls. If it's just like Lord Camelot, then...
I have no idea who this could be. Is this Rasputin? Of course it was going to happen. Now that the 7 lost boats are gone, Caldeus has become the foundation of human history, the celestial sphere for the preservation of humanity. That wall isn't meant to keep Caldeus safe. It's a checkpoint intended to keep foreign elements out. The Antarctic is not what's keeping you out. Proper human history itself is rejecting you.
That voice!
It's coming from up on the deck.
That's Romani Arkaman! Marine, try to record what he's saying.
Roger. Point camera his way now. This is the domain of proper human history. None of you can enter it as you are now. I'll admit, even I didn't foresee this outcome. Over the course of this war, you've handled far too many things that simply do not exist in proper human history. Rulers, alter egos, avengers, all manners of servants that don't belong to the 7 classes. Now, after you spent so much time abusing these classes which should not exist, proper human history regards you as foreign elements. Until you correct this imbalance, you'll never be able to set foot near Chaldeus. You cannot take those things. No, that's not right. You cannot take those servants with you into the time beyond 2019. Not of your current understanding. Bear Draco, the gears within you no longer mesh. Why do these classes exist when, by rights, they shouldn't? What place do these weapons have in human history? Once you understand and accept the answers to those questions, you will be foreign elements no longer. Turn your ship around, Novum Chaldea. There are places where you can correct the imbalances and atone for the sins you unknowingly committed. That is the duty you must fulfill now. Your Ordeal call. Once you have settled 3 imbalances, then the celestial sphere will see the light of day. You are sure to face partings as you walk this path. Be certain you are prepared for this.
Trismegistus II has arrived at a conclusion. It looks like that mysterious figure was telling the truth. The barrier around Antarctica is a kind of self-purification mechanism, and we are the reason it is being created. As much as it pains me to say this, it seems that humanity currently sees us as criminals. Apparently, we ourselves are the ones preventing us from setting foot in the pure land of Antarctica. I knew it. This wasn't an attack. It was an alarm. Extra classes aren't meant for humans to handle. Extra classes are typically too much for humans to handle, and given all the servants from extra classes we've been using, of course humanity would reject us.
I guess we've done the equivalent of using weapons banned by international law, like they were going out of style. We can't deny we're like guilty as shit. Sorry. Probably wasn't the best example I could have picked.
It's okay, Munir. I understand. Thank you. Still, facts are facts. If Chaldeus was made with ill intentions, even secretly, then of course someone will have to be held to account for the demi-servant experiments. I accept that, and I will let my own deeds demonstrate the righteousness or wrongness of my creation. Even if creating me was wrong, there are still so many futures for us to choose from. Fortunately, I was lucky enough to receive the power to protect. Whatever you have to say about me, I'm certain this power isn't wrong, isn't evil.
Yeah, damn straight isn't. Well said, Curelite. But, should anyone ever learn of this incident, it's clear you will all face serious consequences. Is there anything I can do for them? Anything to ensure these fools will be rewarded instead of punished?
It's true. Director Marisbury's Caldio is evil. But it's equally true that what came from it was undeniably good. The accident that happened during 2017's race shift experiment, along with everything that came afterwards, put an end to Director Marisbury's Caldia forever. Not just physically, but in spirit too. The only remaining staff were a dozen or so employees, all unaware of Director Marisbury's intentions. And Romani Arkaman, who felt a strong responsibility to stop the incineration of humanity. And that meant Caldia became an entirely different organization than its founder intended. It became a place to preserve not one man's vision of the future, but a future imagined by many different people. And that's never going to change. Not now, not ever. If there's something wrong with us, we'll just fix it with the same courage and wisdom that's brought us this far. That man said we have an imbalance, right? Then there must be points in time affected by the discrepancy. Some distortions similar to singularities. So we're going to find them, prove our innocence, and then come back to the Antarctic. Hard to starboard, huh? As captain, I have no objections. Besides, I was just thinking we could stand to go back to some of the places we saw standing buildings and resupply. Very well. As I said earlier, I never expected this to be quite so simple. Do what you see fit. I can stick around a little longer. Speaking as an alchemist from the Atlas Institute, it hurts to hear that we are being treated like criminals because we have been relying on certain kinds of weapons. This would mean a third of the situation is my fault, correct? So I, of course, have no objections either. Trismegistus II and I will continue to help you all on your expedition. Well, it looks like our goalposts have been moved a little further back than we were expecting. How are you all feeling about this? How are you feeling about all this, Bear Draco? I'm sure not about to turn back now. Alright, then let's start exploring the world. We can think of this as getting all our ducks in a row before our showdown with Caldeus. In fact, everything has worked out as desired, including the opportunity to resupply. That being said, we still have no idea what we'll find out there. We'll have to deal with the imbalances we've racked up over the course of our battles to date, and we'll have to face scrutiny of our mistakes from humanity itself. I hate to borrow that guy's wording, but I can't deny it's a fitting name for his mission. Operation Ordeal Call it is. Once we overcome these new trials, we'll reach our final destination. Ooh, cutscene.
7つの異分体を切除したことで、カルデアスは人類史の基礎、人理保障典級となった。ノーム・カルデアは反人類史にはないものを扱いすぎたせいで、そこから弾かれている。この歪みを補正しない限り、カルデアスには近づけない。自らの潔白を証明する。かつてない未知の探索であるのは間違いない。これまでの戦いで積み上がったとされる歪み、我々が向き合わなくてはならない人理の咎。本来ならありえないクラスとの開口。ルーラー、アベンジャー、アルターエゴ、果たすべき生産。一つ、秩序を担う裁定者。うつろな罪を自覚する巡礼の旅。一つ、永劫の復讐者。すべてを焼き尽くす恩衆の炎。一つ、自我から分かたれし別人格。己の内側に相対する。作戦名、オーディールコール。この試練を乗り越えた先が我々の終着だ。なーに、私たちに問題があるなら今まで通り知恵と勇気で解決するだけさ。
Alright, that's prologue complete.
you're all here. Thanks for coming on such short notice. I'd like to start by quoting what I said before. We'll have to deal with the imbalances we've racked up over the course of our last battles to date, and we'll have to face the scrutiny of our mistakes from humanity itself. Once we overcome these new trials, that's when we'll reach our final destination. Nice speech, right? The only problem is, our operations team hasn't been able to come up with an actual plan of action. But no more! The embarrassment ends today! That's right, I've called you here because we finally determined what to do to prove our innocence in order to enter Antarctica. The Antarctic. Allow me to show you the method we're going to use to correct these so-called imbalances we've racked up. We'll also cover where we're going to start.
Oh, this is wonderful news! Just when I was beginning to resign myself to being cursed to blindly water the bleached earth forever, too. So, where do we begin? If this is the matter of imbalances, we surely must have a singularity to contend with. Of course, we dealt with all 7 lost belts. Singularity shouldn't be any trouble for us. So let's quickly patch it up and be on our way to Antarctica. Right, Bear Draco?
But the paper moon isn't showing any abnormalities. Exactly. So far as we can tell, there are no singularities for us to address. According to that guy who looked like Romani Arkaman, this is a problem for us to solve, except we're not seeing anything out of place anywhere on Earth right now. Obviously, we can't do much about a problem when we don't know what it is.
Correct. With no enemy, we have no target for our torpedoes. I feel like an orca who's just had a whale disappear on it. We spent the past few weeks searching for singularities. As you're all well aware, we haven't found any. With matters being what they are, we have neither a chart nor a compass to help us navigate the seas. It almost makes me wish we still had the lost belts. At least with those, we knew where we needed to go. I suppose you're right. It hasn't been smooth sailing so much as a lack of wind altogether. No wonder I've been gaining weight lately. Alright, what do we do then? If there are no abnormalities at the surface level, does that mean we need to start searching the stratosphere?
Only as a last resort. The stormboarder isn't a spaceship, so I'd rather not push it quite so hard. No, my big takeaway is that we were barking up the wrong tree. We shouldn't have been searching for problems to solve in the first place. We're not dealing with an enemy from outside this time. No, this time is us. If the preservation of humanity itself is keeping us from the Antarctic, the first thing we should do is... Bear Draco, what do you think?
Detox?
Exactly. And to do that, we first need to know what kind of state we're in right now. So, on that note... Hey there! Feels like I've been waiting for my turn for ages now, so let's get to it. First, take a look at this. This is a new device Shia and I made together at Da Vinci's request. It's called the FOH board, short for Foundation of Humanity.
I see. The FOH board, eh? So, what does it do?
Exactly what the name suggests. We're trying to make things as easy to understand as possible. Unlike the kinds of measurements we've been taking up till now, the FOH board doesn't look at the Foundation of Humanity value of all of humankind. Instead, it only looks at the value for the stormboarder itself. Would you tell them more, Hyun? It's as simple. Think of it like taking your baggage through customs to enter a foreign country. The value of the FOH board displays indicates Chaldea's current imbalance. That is, the shared imbalance of all here. Our current rank is E, which is as low as you can get, but according to Trismegistus II, once we restore our rank to A, we will be able to pass through the wall of humanity surrounding the Antarctic.
Huh? Huh? So, we're the lowest rank possible right now? Really?
Yes. It is really quite something that we made this far without realizing it. What do you think, Foe? Foe! 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 Foe!
Okay, so, how exactly do we go about restoring our foundation of humanity value? There are no singularities out there, right? So, do we just have to wait for it to go up on its own?
Essentially, yes. For the time being, there is nothing we can do. This is the best approach we have. The Viti and I have discussed this as well, and we think it is significant that Romani Arkamen used the word call. Perhaps it does not mean something is calling us, but that we should be calling something ourselves. Once we considered matters from this perspective, our next course of action became clear. The foe board is not only meant for measuring our foundation, but also reveals it. We made it so it warns us of anything which violates the rules, whether those things are outside or among us, and to act as a signal to call in foundation repair trials, like those we have undertaken many times before. Call in trials? Now that you mention it, that makes a lot of sense. Of course you need to fix the imbalances in your own body yourself. The world isn't where the abnormality lies, it's us.
I see. Now I see, so then... Yep! We've sounded the ordeal call and finally stand at the precipice of our trial. What is the scrutiny of humanity? What is it we need to do? Trismegistus II answered those questions like this. Scrutiny is the absence of recognition. Do not be careless in your approach. Understand the meaning behind all things. Disclosure, supplementation, parting, trust, vows. Every time you find answers to these questions, an imbalance will be corrected. Of course, we have no idea what any of this means right now. Understand the meaning behind all things. It's okay, Bear Draco. Don't worry about it for now. Remember, we don't have to look for these trials. They're going to come to us. All we can do now is prepare for them. Then, when they show up, we give them everything we've got. Alright, here's our mission. The Storm Border will continue investigating the Bleach Earth as we bolster our forces in preparation for the coming showdown. On which note, we can now enhance servant classes directly. Wait, are you saying we have new functionality now? Correct. We've been thinking about this for a while now, in fact. Our personal foundation of humanity might be tanked right now. But with the 7 lost spells gone, the overall foundation of humanity has improved by leaps and bounds. This means we can now use human history itself as a source of information, giving us even more solid foundation, with which to summon heroic spirits. The Vigi and Qian call this the class score. An enhanced class score doesn't just strengthen a single heroic spirit, but every spirit belonging to that class. Trismegistus II predicts that enhancing class scores will help us with the battles that lie ahead, and give us an ace up our sleeve for an ultimate confrontation against a foreign god. Professor can fill you in on details. Don't worry, it's nothing complicated. Alright, that's all from the ship. Everyone, stay sharp and keep working hard. I know you'll all come through. Ah, class score has been unlocked. Class score is now available from the enhancement menu in the terminal. By unlocking signs within class score, you can grant an entire class of servants various bonus effects. Unlock signs in class score and strengthen your servants for the upcoming final battle. I'll check it out. Ah, expend storm pods to collect Sand of Starlight. Special free quests which require you to expend storm pods are available on the Bleached Earth. You collect Sand of Starlight, an item necessary to unlock class score signs. By clearing these free quests, once you clear Ordeal Call 0, you can claim 3 storm pods the first time you log in each day. You can collect storm pods instead of expending them, but there is a limit to the number you can hold up to 9. If you reach this limit, excess storm pods will be lost, so be careful. Explore the Bleached Earth to collect Star of Sandlight, and gather your strength for the battle ahead. Man, a lot of missions, though.
先輩は潮干狩りに行ったことはありますか？対象とされているのは主にアサリやハマグリですが、マテ貝や潮吹き、港貝、いろいろな貝があってまるで宝探しですね。
Right, Torch of Nova. Torch of the Morning Star. I have too many things. I also have like no servants to level up.
我ながらいい調整だ。惚れ惚れしちゃう。次はもっといいし。
It's still going. Oh wait, you're almost done. Class score. By unlocking signs within class score, you can grant a variety of bonus effects to all servants of the affected class. There are 9 class scores divided by class. The extra classes have been combined into 2 groups. For support servants, the class score status of the master who holds the servant will be reflected. However, within certain battles, effects granted in that battle will reflect your own class score status. Unlocking signs. Choose the sign you want to unlock from the class score screen. Then expend items in QP to unlock the sign. However, you can only unlock the sign at the beginning of a route or signs adjoin a sign that you have already unlocked. In addition, you need a special item called Sand of Starlight, which is available on the Bleached Earth. Once you collect the necessary items in QP, unlockable signs will be indicated with this icon. Expend the specified items in QP and unlock the sign. Toro locks can be found at certain points on each class score route. You must unlock the Toro lock if you want to unlock the signs beyond it. In order to unlock each Toro lock, you will need to clear a mission and expend a special item called a torch. There are 3 types of torch. Torch of Nova, Torch of the Morning Star, and Torch of the Polar Star. Okay, increase Buster crit strength. This is Arch crit strength. And then this is quick. More arts. Command spell. Increase attack by 10% 1 turn and defense by 1 turn of target when a command spell is used. Okay, that's Buster. Which one's this one? Beats extra card attack. Does it all just like increase crit strength? Not gonna lie, it seems kind of lame. Oh, that Star Gather or Star Dropper is actually kind of relevant. Is it enough to make a difference? Probably not. Yeah, this is all just crit strength stuff, huh? Like, so I guess I want to go like this way to get the star drops. Oh, that one has NP strength up. That's actually relevant. I guess I'll hold off on this.
そろそろクエストに戻る?
I have too many foes. Yeah, getting to the point where I actually have to like sell off my freaking
まだ
embers is really kind of weird. I gotta clear out the whole box. I've already like 2K'd like all my favorite servants, so I don't know what to do. So what am I supposed to do here? Do I have to do the high quest? Do I have to clear them all? Okay. So against Lancer. I don't know what I should be expecting. It's a repeatable free quest, right? So it's probably just a farmable quest. That's like the most likely. All right. Okay, yeah, this is a farm quest.
獣の騎手よ
Alright, lesson learned for the next one. I can kill two of them. Of course. Of course. I really gotta figure out what's going on with freaking BlueStacks. Just don't get why it keeps crashing. Don't get why it keeps crashing. Alright, so to high performance. I maxed out like every quality of life thing for the thing. My last assumption is that it's because it's Nougat. Nougat 32-bit. And I'm trying to figure out like the best way to like, transfer this over to a new instance of BlueStacks. Because you can't reload a backup from an old version or a lower spec version of BlueStacks to a higher spec version of BlueStacks, to my knowledge.
よ我が舌を喜ばせろ。七つの竜よ、翼となってかけよ。抱き溶かし恋焦がれるか。見事だ。知ることを知らぬ愛の肉よ。世の行く手が阻めぬ。おかえりインビディア。
Damn.
格の違いを見せてやろう。
Just what I got. I don't think she can kill with just face cards.
望みを声にせよ。燃えよ、ペイガロンドムスアウレアよ。砕け、ラウスティアのクラウディウス。我が情熱は豪華のごとく。
So I don't think looping is very friendly here.
よかろう。負けないぞ。圧倒します。
Freaking guys have 300k.
そこです。荒ぶる獣の抱擁を受けるがいい。負けないぞ。見るがよい。貴様らの繁栄の方、よくの空を切り裂く流星のきらめきである。ペイバロンドムスアウレア。輝き。
Oh boy. Lack of heals gonna hurt us.
よかろう。望みを声にする。それはいつか来る兆しの星。誰に呼ばれるまでもなく、あなたは星をかざすでしょう。アラウンドタイバーン。世の行く手が阻めぬ。
Oh.
早炊きです。カルウェナ。今のうちに準備。黄昏のと。誇りにかります。望みを声にせよ。そこです。ここでまっすぐ。そこだな。 運命をかけた戦いであれば。褒美になれ。下駄そがれの時は整びてないぞ。
Seems like the best option here.
燃えよ、ペイバロンドムスアウレアよ。砕け、ラウスティアのクラウディウス。我が情熱は豪華のごとく。最果ての島、罪の都。最後の竜は我がの目に。集う円卓の守護者たち。ラウンドオブアーバロン。えい。
Yeah, I kind of forgot to have AoEs. Yeah.
やっぱり私戦線を離脱。
So we're in trouble.
欲望の熱は止まらぬ。うまいと考えよう。
Don't know how effective Jason will be.
然だろ。
You won't have enough.
おいおい。
I might die at free quest. Wow.
畳みかけ。無様に。
Come on.
我が舌を喜ばせろ。
おいおいおい。畳みかけ。
行くぞルクスリア。我が望みを声にす。我が舌を喜ばせろ。
Okay, I don't know if I can kill.
七つの竜よ、翼となってかける。いざそうかし恋焦がれるか。解消値ロササングイスウカインビディア。そうね。
Yeah, might as well use it.
望みを声にせよ。
Don't really have any buffs on her.
七つの竜よ、翼となってかける。いざそうかし恋焦がれるか。解消値ロササングイス。
Okay, so the prologue is just these two. Huh. I just kind of thought it was like something else already. Oh god, why does this stupid coin have half a mil?
勝利は目前だな。まったく仕方のない。僕の力じゃないさ。ああ。おいおいおい。見せてやる。イヤソンの栄光を。アストラップしてやるぞ。猛烈に嫌な予感。
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, what, like 30k? I guess I could NP.
激よか望みを声にせよ。見るがよい。この貴様らの繁栄の方、世界の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきである。セイバロントムスアウレア。そうね。
Taking a real long time to kill Jason. Which is great, but you know, feel kind of bad.
望みを我が舌をよろ望みを声にせよ。
Nice.
そうね。 剣を
調律をしなくては。
褒美の野郎、この着物の社
愛しい君へ私
How the hell did he charm it?
ちょっと
よかろう
かわいそうかな。
That was odd.
それでは
長。行くぞ、ルクスリア。
Yeah, I don't really think I move here.
気が引けるけ
我
どね
が。舌を喜ばせろ。
いいとも
ロササングイス。
Really?
こっちこっち。ごめん。
Alright, 1v1.
荒ぶる獣のよかろう、望みを声にせよ。
Yeah, finish it off.
見るがよい。貴様らの繁栄の旗、欲望の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきである。セイバロンドブスアウレア。ロササングイス。
Nope.
血の大輪を咲かせよ。そうね。聞かぬ。我が舌を喜ば、望みを声にせよ。我が舌を喜ばせろ。ロササングイス。ステルビ
Nice.
ー。
Man,
獣の指揮官よ。
why is the free quest so hard?
存分に褒めよ。そして甘やかせ。
Okay, so Paper Moon is the actual next part. I thought the Bleached Earth had like story points, but it's just a bunch of free missions, from my understanding. Okay. I guess we'll do the high difficulty missions. Residue of fresh blood? No, that's not where I want to set. Powerful in the frigid cold? Which one's this? Okay, yeah, that's Paper Moon. And the summer vacation. And undersea fairy tale. So those are the three. Alright, I guess we do this. Alright. Lancer, Saber, and Berserker. The Berserker's gonna be a problem. The enemy Hermit Crab army will apply a powerful resistance against AoE Noble Phantasm attacks to all their allies. If you focus too much on attacking the Hermit Crab army, the other enemies will assault you with powerful attacks, so don't neglect your defenses. Huh. I guess I'm meant to turtle this? Back up Tamamo, just in case. Yeah, I really shouldn't mess up my farming team. So the Hermit Crab army has resist to AoEs. I don't know how much that resist is. So I feel like I should probably play it safe then. What's the best option for I mean, she can apply burn by herself, so. So she's like one of the best Honey Lake runners. I need to give her freaking command codes, actually. Keep forgetting about that. Do we have enough arts cards to constantly chain? If we do, I can probably drop the Cosmos and maybe run 2030. If we get down to him, we're probably screwed anyways. Three more levels. My god. Yeah, I gotta give her command codes.
いらっしゃいだねマスターくん。
Probably give her like a heal or something. Okay, she doesn't totally need that. Let's crit up, attack up, defense up. It's like one for like evade or whatever. Move attack up and gain, her HP yourself. That's super good. MP strength up. Remove one debuff immune. That's mildly relevant for her. Let's go with this. Okay, heal, maybe remove a attack up. Why not? Ooh. She can cleanse her debuff pretty easily, so it's not super important. But the heal is nice, so I guess I'll take it. Okay, that's the only North defense I have. A lot of my North defense though. Sure, why not? Okay, as for NP strength. If we're not using Arse Chain, might as well use it, I guess. I don't think anything like super fancy of Stargate cards. That's questionably fine. Really? Maybe it's for the best. I really got to figure out how to transfer this over to different. The problem is, I usually just like zip the whole file or directory and like just try to plop it over to my new instance. But the memory for this one's like maxed out, so I can't really do that anymore. Okay. That's a very heavy crab. So what they got? Resistance to AoE NP when Clam Diggy Hermit Crab unit is on the field. And nullifies instant death. Okay, so the sharks increase crit rate for themselves constantly. Man, couldn't get an Arsenal.
負けないぞ。もちろん望みを声にせよ。ここでまっすぐ行くぞ。フックスリア。
Okay, they're dangerous. These guys are dangerous. Error. Do I want to pop the invincible now? Okay, that's one down. That shark has a gun? Okay, now I'll pop the invisibility.
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
のぞよかろう。
いいとも。そうだ。
Good thing I can get the kill. And they'll stagger too. Ooh boy. Okay, this will block
望まれたように
4 hits?
見るがよい
No, 3 hits.
貴様らの
Go for it.
繁栄の方よく見せらを切り裂く人生のきらめきであるケイバロン動物アウレア
星の宇宙物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。罪なき者のに通るがいい。ガーデン・オブ・アバロン。
I think Morgan would still been the better choice.
それはいつか来る兆しの星誰に呼ばれるまでもなくあなたは星をかざすでしょう
God, didn't even like the crabs had AoE protection? So they just wouldn't die twice. Or die first. Oh my god, remove buff. Oh, this sucks.
もちろん負けないぞここで
No, hit Merlin.
そうだ。
God damn it.
ほんと役立たずでごめん。
Okay, they all move a buff when they pop off. That's annoying.
帽子
Not enough, not enough, not enough.
ドリンク帽子望みよかろう我が舌を喜ばせろ
God, the guy still has a mill. Yeah, he's still alive. God damn it. They all remove buffs. Jeez. Oh, he's popping off. Crap. Alright. Not getting any kills, but we should survive one more turn at least. I think I was meant to use insta kill.
星を探すのですさあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン
God damn it. No real moves here.
やります。よーし。持ち得た。負けないぞ。
Okay, I got rid of one shark.
すべての怨恨を癒す。我らが故郷。権限せよ。ロードキャメロット。ここで忘れる。
Seriously? Oh my god. Okay, let's just kill this shark. Oh, actually, I'm gonna keep that because I'm pretty sure I have enough to kill. Oh my god. Is he just gonna spam that from now on? He is. Okay, he's just gonna spam max charge. Okay, this is a problem. Oh my god, I didn't get any of her cards. Seriously. What the F?
下がっているように誇りにかけて圧倒します。受けるがいい。こちらです。イーグル。いいです。私が出ます。火力が劇場望みを声にせよ。よかろう。
And
見るがよい。
like specifically targeted one that still has skill left.
繁栄の方。欲望の空を切り裂く。流星のきらめきである。テイバロン古物アウレア。世の行く手が阻めぬ。獣の指揮官よ。
God damn it. This is actually a really hard fight. Or I pressed the wrong button. God damn it. My mouse hit my keyboard. I'm so mad at that. Of course. Oh, he can't use his skill, so he can't charge himself up. That's good. I can't goddamn believe this.
望みを声にせよ。望みを声にせよ。世の行く手が阻めぬ。格の違いを見せてやろう。
What do I even do?
カルウェナ養子
I mean, I gotta try go for the
ア
kill.
ラブル望み我が舌を喜ばせろ燃えよ
Damn, buff removal.
レイバロン
They got me.
アウレアよ砕けラウティアのクラウディウス我が情熱は豪華のごとくロササンドイスシャープ勝手の違いを見せてやろう
I don't like that. Seriously? You removed my buffs? Goddamn bastard.
望みを声
The
にせよ
absolute fiend.
誇りにかけて我が舌を望みを声にせよそこですロササンドイス歌えインビディア隙を突かれました荒ぶる獣の抱擁をよかろう望みを声に我が舌をよかろう
Not winning this one. Now I'll command
見
spell.
るがよい貴様らの繁栄の方欲望の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきであるセイバロントブスアウレアロササンドイス
I feel like I was supposed to, like,
そうね
use, like, a lot of insta-kills.
我がよかろ我が舌を喜ばせろそこだなステル哀れ地の大輪を咲かせよよい舌が揺れる
I wonder if he counts as male.
トークのみこれよ愛も悪もすべての見込み空へよく望みを声にせよ
I don't think we're surviving this round.
セイバロンドムスアウレアよ
If we do, that's awesome. I doubt it. I highly doubt it.
行くぞルクス獣の指揮官よ
Do all my command spells remove? Yeah.
獣使いが荒いぜ
No, we're having revenge now, you motherfucker.
欲望の熱は止まらぬ我が力を見トークのみこれよ
この辺りいじった方がいいんじゃないか。
今のうちに全部で戦い続けて
No. I doubt I'm gonna crit with 30.
愛も悪もすべての見込み
王の話をするとしよ
運命ですから見るがよい貴様らの繁栄の方欲望の空を切り裂く流星のきらめきであるセイバロントブスアウレア
I wonder if this is soloable.
う。星の宇宙に物見の楽園の端から君に聞かせよう。
Well, it doesn't count as male, so that's a problem.
ガーデンオブアバロン。
あれはいつか見た終わりの星どれほど遠く汚れても私は星を探すのですさあ幕を開けてアラウンドカリバーン
Damn you. Really?
お任せ夢のような片付けをバー君の道行きを信じようさあ
よ
行きなさい
く望みを声にせよ
Got pretty hits.
いいとも
我が舌を喜ばせろ世の行く手は阻める
Nice.
そうです
ロササンジ
Did this take 10k from a burn?
愛望みよかろ
Ooh,
う燃えよ
man.
デイバロンドムスアウレアよ砕けラウスティアのクラウディウスバーク情熱は豪華のごとく
Man, these challenge quests are not kidding
英
around.
霊のように振る舞うのも悪くない
Damn buff removal.
少しばかり重はゆいかな
All that for shells. Ugh. Well, it seems like I made the wrong call about what's currently going on with Ordeal Call, so we're gonna end the stream there. Paper Moon seems like it's the next actual story point or story beat. I thought you could do like something else. Because I thought about the event missions about
5月の
The
第
free
2
quest?
日曜日といえば母の日ですね
so I thought there would be like
いつも温かく見守ってくれる
more.
そんな方にカーネーションを送ってみてはいかがでしょう例えばライコーさんならきっと喜んでくれると思います慣れた頃ほど油断しやすいもの受け取り忘れにはご注意くださいね
But it seems like it just wants me to clear all the free missions. So I'll do that in my own time. I don't know if it's actually even worth doing the challenge quest. Because what, you get that little doohickey? Get the flame of, what do you call it? Oop, that's what I want. The flame of Torch of Novum or whatever. And for the upgrade that it gives, it's like, yeah, I guess. What are the other quests anyways? Assassin, Berserker, Rider. And Rider, Foreigner. I don't know what the last one is. Assassin. Alright. So right, I'm calling it a day there. So, well, Ordeal Call is starting next week, I think. And new Star Rail story is Wednesday. So, I don't know. Mega Man tomorrow? Who knows? I don't know what to do tomorrow. Might take a break. I'm kind of like, yeah. I got a lot of things to do and I keep procrastinating. So until then, thank you everyone who joined me today, and I will see you all next time. Bye-bye!